What's up, guys? What's happening? Welcome back to another video. In case you guys have been living under a rock and you have not seen what has been going on in the NBA, let's just talk for a minute. Literally, we have had LeBron now become the all-time scoring leader. Woo! And you know, he's probably going to run away with it, honestly. I mean, think about it. I mean, if he plays for 3-4 more seasons, he can make that thing like 50 if he wanted to, honestly. I mean, he's going to be playing for a while, so it's going to be super interesting to see how far he actually gets and how far he runs away with it. But just the career he has had, absolutely amazing. I mean, we're literally witnessing greatness. Also, too, the NBA trade deadline, it hits tomorrow, and there's been so much that's just happened today on Wednesday. We have actually had a 3-way trade, it looks like. It was send Russell Westbrook to the Utah Jazz, send Mike Conley to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and then send D'Angelo Russell to the Lakers to be reunited once again in LA. Absolutely amazing just to see what has happened thus far. Also, we have Kyrie had his first game, his debut on the Dallas Mavericks. He had a great game. He dropped 24 points. I mean, he honestly just looked amazing. He looked like a star, like the star he is. I mean, honestly, it is just so much going on in with the NBA right now, and you know, just kind of unpacking all of it. I mean, let's just talk about it. So let's first start with LeBron. I mean, it's honestly amazing that he has exceeded every single expectation that has been set for him. I mean, at this point, if you don't think he has exceeded expectations, I gotta say, you're a hater. You're hating on the man. I mean, come on, he has exceeded the expectation. He came in the league. He is leading in so many categories. He's top 5. He's top 5 in many categories. He's number 4 in assists. He's number 1 in points now. I mean, he's just amazing. I mean, at what he does, and that's not even trying to get on that. Like, you know, he's just a great player. He's literally one of the GOATs of the game. I mean, for some of you, he's probably the greatest that you have ever seen played. For some of us, we've probably seen other people play, but he is up there as being one of the greatest players ever. Next, let's go into the trade. Now, the trade, this 3-way trade was a trade that needed to be made. And why it needed to be made, the Lakers are struggling and they are gasping for air. The problem that I have with the Lakers is they got rid of Russell Westbrook, and now they replaced him with D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell can be a good fit into the system, but it's always going to come down to one factor: Anthony Davis. Now, I don't know, there's been things floating around and video floating around of when LeBron took that final shot to break the record, that Anthony Davis was just sitting there on the bench looking a little heated. Maybe it's just because he had a poor performance, but still, nevertheless, I mean, I think he should have been celebrating. But for whatever reason he did, I'm quite sure he has a reason. But hopefully, you know, if there is any bad blood that's going on there, hopefully it gets ironed out. This is a good trade also. Now, this is a good trade also for the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves I don't think the Timberwolves could have gone too far with D'Angelo Russell. I mean, they were doing pretty well, but obviously this season they have been struggling, the Timberwolves. I mean, they have, if you ask me, they've been kind of subpar, but it's okay because now they're bringing in a vet with a little bit of change of pace and can add a little bit teaching to the game. The only people I think that lose in this trade as of right now is the Utah Jazz. I mean, the Utah Jazz obviously there's more pieces in here, but if we're just talking strictly just players, because I know there's probably picks. I know there's picks involved in it. I just don't know who got what. But when it comes to players and Utah getting Russell Westbrook, I understand Utah probably is looking like, we're not going to win with Mike Conley, and Mike Conley's not going to be our guy. And his contract is still going. I don't know what his contract is. I'm not 100% sure, but all I know is Westbrook's contract is up at the end of this year. So even if they keep him for half a season, this rest of the half of the season, they're only going to have him for half the season. If they don't want to re-sign him, they don't have to re-sign him. Or they can deal him away and get more picks, right? They can deal Russell Westbrook away for a team who needs a point guard. And I know that there's been talks about the Clippers and there's been talks about the Bulls about trying to acquire Russell Westbrook. If they do that, it's fine. I mean, but honestly, I'm not trading any pieces for him. I will want Utah to buy him out and then probably try to do something with a deal like that. We'll see what happens. And then lastly, we have Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, he is in Dallas now. He's played a great game. I mean, he's played an amazing game. I don't know if you guys seen, but he dropped 24 points and he did a really good job. I mean, he looked like himself out there. He was just so fluent. I really wish Luka played tonight, but we understand that he's hurt. I can't wait to actually see Luka and Kyrie play because I just think it's going to be phenomenal. I mean, if Kyrie looked like that on that team, just wait until Luka gets there and man, they might blow through some water. I ain't gonna lie. They could be real contenders maybe. I stand corrected from my previous video, but nevertheless, I just wanted to update you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, be safe, be smooth, stay fresh, stay cool. Peace.